Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video we're going to be talking about toxic gaming. I know I've already made a video about this before, but this is for another game called Dead by Daylight. I'm going to go ahead and give you a brief intro about the game if you haven't heard of it, but if you already have, go ahead and skip to this time frame and it'll just go straight to the conversation. But for those who haven't heard about it, it is about a 4v1 killer survivor game where one killer goes against 4 survivors, and the killer needs to try and sacrifice each survivor to the entity. The survivors need to obviously try to survive the killer, but they also need to repair 5 generators to escape. Within the match, the survivors can heal each other and try to distract the killer. It really is a cooperative game that requires communication, which is ironic because this game doesn't even have a chat log in-game, only post-game, which leads to the point: who is more toxic, survivors or killers? Let's get started. Let's start with the survivors. Survivors have more movement controls compared to a killer. Not only that, but they also have items that they can use to their advantage in the game. One of the items is a flashlight. The flashlight is easily the most annoying item in the whole game. You can ask any killer main. Seriously, this item can actually burn in hell. You can consistently spam it, meaning you can click it on and off without a cooldown. Some survivors use this as a way to communicate, but more of them just use it to taunt a lot. Which leads to my next point: taunting. Taunting is what makes this gamers crack, and I'll admit, even I lost my shit to taunting in my fair share of times, and I still even do. Survivors have a huge advantage of this in game. Survivors have a crouching ability in the game, whereas killers don't, except for Daddy Ghostface over here. The most common way of crouching is used just to teabag or taunt the killer at the end of the game when the survivor or the survivors are about to escape. Other than the taunting and the trolling items, other than that, what really grinds my gears about survivors is the fucking in-game chat. If you even slightly camp a hook, all 4 survivors will be on your ass. Anywho, let's get on to the killers. Killers already have an unfair gaming advantage. It's literally a 4v1. Also, Godspeed, my friend, if you're against a Discord call. Dear God, you're gonna have an awful time. Anyways, killers really don't have a lot of abilities to use a taunt, other than, like I said, Ghostface previously mentioned. Really, killers can only be toxic at the end and say some really toxic shit to the survivors at the end of the game. Sometimes I consider camping a hook to be toxic, but that really depends on the map and how the match is. I never really like to camp, but sometimes I will if the survivors are really grinding my gears, and if they keep taunting me and shit, or if I just really want to get this kill, then I'll admit I do sometimes camp, but I don't hit the survivor on the hook. That's a dick move. I'm not gonna lie, that is really toxic. If you're a fucking killer and you just keep whacking them on the hook, it's just like a I got you, what you gonna do about it kind of thing. But again, you gotta understand there are some killers who are brand new at the game and they actually don't even know that when you're hooked you can't get damaged unless the survivor tries to escape. But I feel like some brand new killers don't understand that. So you gotta consider that as well. Tunneling is a whole other thing. Some survivors consider tunneling toxic, whereas some don't. I personally don't really consider tunneling toxic. Maybe it's just me, but if I tunnel, it's on total accident. There are no name tags in the game, and some survivors who play the same character, they also wear the same shit too. So most killers, whenever they chase a survivor, it really isn't like on purpose, unless they know it's you somehow, unless they have like some psychic ability that they can tell, oh shit, that Claudette has a health pack. Like they just know for a fact that it's you and they want you dead, then yeah, that's, you know, on purpose. But I really don't consider tunneling a toxic trait. Most people, if you tunnel, it's because you know that they're a streamer or something. That is a bit rude. Just because you know they're a fucking streamer, it might be a way just to kind of piss them off. That is a bit toxic, but again, it's just a game at the end of the day. It's really hard to come up with toxic things killers do because they all they do is really attack, run, attack, use their ability, or just stand there. They usually have to deal with the 4 teabagging, flashlight spamming survivors who make them feel shitty for camping one hook. Not to mention, when survivors are at the exit gate, they love to spin around and teabag and taunt when they know the killer is looking. The game won't fucking end until every survivor escapes or dead, or a mix of both. And you know damn well they do it to piss off the killer. And guess what? The killer can't do shit about it. I think you guys already know my answer about who I think is more toxic. I easily think survivors are, but at the end of the day, it's the player that's toxic, not the role. Anyways, I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Let me know your opinions about it in the comments below, and let me know who you think is more toxic, survivors or killers, or both or none. I'm very curious. Also, let me know what other kind of videos you would like to see in the future. Until then, I will see you guys next time. Bye guys.